afternoon or good morning whenever you're watching this, but thank you for coming back for another video. As you can see in the title, we got a new snake and I'm super excited about this. First off, I just want to say I appreciate those who reached out to me about buying this particular animal. They're not very easy to come by and they sell out very quickly, and so I couldn't buy from some of you guys who I wanted to. And who I was kind of talking about at the beginning of the year. So I went with Fisher Reptiles, and he has a very good reputation on these particular animals or snakes, and then with ball pythons as well. So I promise you this is not another ball python, but I did get a male for some of you that know what I was looking for and what I was wanting for a future breeder. So you guys might be excited on this. A lot of you guys are not even going to care about what this snake is, but stick around. And you might. So first, there's some people who came at me, and there's a lot of pricing that goes on with this animal. You can find them for, I don't know, $1,200, $1,300, and then there's the big name people who want like $2 grand for them. And there's no way I'm paying $2 grand just because somebody's name on them. And even some of these big time name people, they don't even have like, I don't know how to say this without being super mean about it, but sometimes these bigger people, they don't have the greatest reputation. I'll just say that. Like they're very popular. Millions of people follow them, but they just do this for money. And if something happens with the animal, you reach out to them, and they're not there to help you out or give you advice. That's why I kind of like reaching out to some of these smaller guys who are well known. They're well known and they make very high quality animals, but they stand behind their work, and they work out of their house or out of a small business, and they bred these animals, and they know these animals are not flippers and stuff like that. Not saying flippers are bad, but you guys know what I'm saying. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys reaching out to me, but there was issues at FedEx, delays, and Fisher worked with me on that, kept me up to date on what was going on. I was supposed to be here today. Then it said it wasn't going to be here till tomorrow, and then it was at the facility and I couldn't get it, and then Fisher was looking at being in contact with Shipper Reptiles, and then I don't know, for some reason they let me get it, which is nice because you never want to stress out or worry about a snake being in a facility for longer than it needs to, especially when it's cold out, which it is. Heat pack, something could happen at a facility. It just stresses you out, and nobody needs that extra stress. So I know you guys you're already probably flipped through this, or you're just excited to see the snake as well as I am. So finally got a male with the 2 females. And yes, after you've seen one, you've basically seen all of them. So this dude right here with his cute little face, and this is really the first time that I'm actually seeing him. I did set up his tub really fast with paper towels, water, and a hide. He'll be on paper towels for a little while just to make sure there's no issues, no problems. I hear nothing but good things about Fisher, so I'm not too stressed out about it, but stuff happens. Weird things happen with animals, so the paper towels will be there. If anything weird comes out of either end, I can get that situation under control pretty quickly. So really liking the coloration on him. A really dark color, kind of like a dark olive color. Tongue flicking, which is a good sign. I was told that he is Hannibal-ish, so he's head shy. He will nip a little bit. We're going to work with him on that. We're going to work with handling. It does take time to get these guys, to trust you and to be really good temperaments. So you guys know that I have 2 females. I've worked with them basically every single day that I've owned them, and a lot of spots on him, which is fantastic. So a lot of good stuff is going for him. The coloration, the spotting, and he's very curious and alert, which is very good. And he will be going into the bathroom in this tub with some heat in there, just for quarantine for a little bit, because you always have to be careful. So if everything checks out with him, then he'll come back out in the population And I don't know where I'm going to put him quite yet, but he can live in here for quite some time. We're going to see how he eats. They are very stubborn, and this could be a whole nother section on anacondas, and I've talked about this before. Baby anacondas will stress you out, and they're very annoying, and they're very, very picky on what they want to eat. So this guy was on quail. It does take them quite some time to consecutively eat. I know most people hold on to anacondas for at least 3 months after they're born, like ball pythons or regular boas, which you can ship those out within two feedings, 2 or 3 feedings, like 2 or 3 weeks. So also he loves quail, which is very typical. I think he ate 1, possibly 2 rats before he was shipped to me. That doesn't mean that he's going to stay on rats. He could go back to quail or just not be interested at all, because this is a new environment, a new tub, new heating cycles and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff can throw off an animal. And so I'm just going to get this male, and I'm just going to assume we're just going to go back to the basics, which is perfectly fine. If I offer him a rat and he eats a rat, then that is beyond amazing. If I have to go with quail again, that is a very long tongue flick right there, but if we got to go with the quail route again, that's fine. It took one of mine over a year to get on rats, and the other one took 6 months. So very excited for the challenge of these, or for him. I mean, these are phenomenal species if you put the time in and the patience into these animals. They are very, very well worth it. And so be prepared for a lot of videos, a lot of updates, this and that. So I'm sure I could handle him right now. I don't really want him to be too stressed out. He's just kind of hanging out, which is perfectly fine. He's not all over the place, which is awesome. And let him kind of do what he needs to do with his new environment. So most of the time these are stuck in rack systems as babies, because you know the moms have like 20 of them at once, so they are kind of difficult to interact with all of them individually. But he did show me a video, I believe it was this one, and he is headshot. I think I mentioned that earlier. So holding him, I'm sure I'm going to get nipped once or twice, which is perfectly fine. But man, this is a very, very, really nice coloration on him. I really like the body, or the belly colorations as well. Like I said, you've seen one, you've seen them all. I don't know if he's in shed. He looks a little dull, but the one thing that I do like about Mountain Dew, which Pop-Tart doesn't have, and he doesn't have either, the band, you can kind of see the yellow band. I don't want to get too close to him, right there behind the eyes. Mountain Dew's is very vibrant and bright, which is really cool. So I think it'll be interesting to see if Mountain Dew, when she gets older and breeds, if that is something that could be passed down. But these take about 2 years to get up to size for males, just like any other boa. Pop-Tart is 3. So I think when she's around 5 or 6, that'd be perfect time to start pairing these two up and to see what happens. So I'm super excited about the future of what holds with the anacondas and with him. But you know, a lot of stuff can happen, sickness and random deaths. And Mountain Dew was super sick as well, but we got her bounced back and healthy. Very excited. So that is it, guys. Appreciate the support on the channel. Let me know what you think of the addition. This is not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm very, very excited about just the grand anacondas in and of itself, and the breeding, and just having them, just be able to own them and hopefully have good interactions with all of them for future educational stuff. So that is it. Enjoy your day, and see you guys on the next video.